Our next speaker has worked closely with Impact students and staff over the last few years. He offers great support to our Impact community, and in fact, he is part of our community. Please welcome Mr. Dana Turnquest, Student Affairs Coordinator, to our Friday speech.
Thank you. First, I want to say I am honored. I'm a little taller than Mrs. Voca, so I'm going to put this up a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm honored to be asked to speak again at this graduation. This space is very special for me. I've been at Impact for the entirety of its existence. I remember when it was just 7 kids. I remember when we weren't sure if the program was going to sustain itself. And because of the folks you see here and some of the folks you're going to see come on the stage and sit in the front row, Impact is a thing. Impact is what I think all high schools should look like. So can we take a second to give the Impact staff a huge round of applause, please? Now, typically, I get 2 questions from this group of kids or any group of kids. I work with all 18 of our schools. And the questions I always get, especially from seniors, is why did I need to learn half the stuff that I learned? And what advice would I give to a graduate? The first question is easy to answer because half of that stuff you probably will never use again. But you learn not to quit. Taking tough classes causes you to reach. And occasionally, when you want to quit and don't think you can make it, you get connected with some adults who care about you and you learn about connections. So there's a lot of stuff that you learn in high school that may not be a classroom lesson, but it's a life lesson. And if this group doesn't represent anything else, they represent a group of kids who did not quit. Everyone on this stage right now saw that traditional high school was not working. And some of them begrudgingly came to Impact. Some of you said, I didn't want to come here. They made me come here. But are now sitting on the stage. So can we give this group of folks who could have quit but didn't a huge round of applause, please? Now I'm going to ask you guys a favor. Can you guys all stand with me? This is called belief technology. I want them to repeat after me. I want you to look out at the folks who you see in the audience who came here for you. If you don't know where they are, just stare into the camera right there. Wave at them if you see them, right? Don't get too excited. I got homework for y'all too, so don't get too happy. All right? Graduates, repeat after me. This is called belief technology. It's called belief technology. Ready? Say this after me. If I believe in you, and point to the people you're talking to, right? The people who are out there for you. If I believe in you, and you believe in me, then I will learn to believe in myself. Thank you. Have a seat. Now y'all clapping for them, but here's the part that's for you, because what that means is we have to be something that they can believe in. Because advice from people who are not living the lifestyle that you want is just words. So when you tell a child, when you tell a kid, these are still babies. I don't care how old they are. I don't care how old they think they are. They are still babies. And when we say to them they can be all that they can be, they can do anything that they want, we have to be of something worth believing in also. So I'm going to ask everyone in this audience, if you're connected to a child on this stage, make sure that you are all that you can be when you're giving that same advice to them, because that energy is transferable. Because empty advice is just words. But when it comes from a real person of significance to these folks here, it means so much more, and it becomes life advice, it becomes life lessons. So make sure that we all here are doing that things that are worth believing in. And here's one lesson I want to tell everybody. It's for the graduates, for everyone in the audience. We've been taught to fear failure. One of my concepts that I try to just spread everywhere is to embrace failure. And not just tolerate failure, not just to accept failure, but actually to embrace it. After this thing is over, there's gonna be a lot of hugs and embraces outside. I want you to learn to embrace failure that same way. Because when you learn to embrace failure, it is the key to success. The height of the mountain that you're trying to climb, the mountain is built off your failures. The more failed attempts you have, the higher you can climb. So from this point forward, embrace failure and let them see you do it, because when you tell them, keep going, and they see that you're still going, they will believe in themselves and they will think they can do it. Right? I know. On this stage also, I have two mentoring groups. One's called Shine, one's called Masters. Some of this stuff they might have heard before, but they're gonna get the 25-cent version instead of the nickel version today. You're good with that? All right, cool. Next thing I wanna make sure that you folks understand is part of the advice that I would give is to not waste time. A graduation is just, you just made it to the next grade, right? A graduation, the GRAD part is a grad part. It means you're going this way. You can downgrade too, so be careful. But that just means that you just got to the next level. Some folks get to graduation and they plateau. They think that that's where they were supposed to peak. That's not how it works. This is the landing of the staircase that you're on for the next set of stairs you're supposed to climb. So don't waste time. Make sure that you're willing to pay the price today for the stuff you want to buy and have in your future. Pay the price today so that you can afford the life of the tomorrow. Because that's the advice. There's no magic to it. I was thinking of something on my way in. I put it in my phone. I hope I can see it because I don't have my glasses on. The secret to success is to create as much as you can so that you can give all to who you want. So if your goal is to be successful, you have to go and you have to create and you have to do. Now here's the thing also. As you get older, more and more things will need your time. Kids, family, job, all that kind of stuff. Right now, as you're young, you own a lot of your own time. Make the best out of that, right? Be present, be in today. Don't worry about tomorrow, don't worry about college. Every day is a present. Make sure that you are taking full advantage of that. Another thing that I want to leave with you all. Here's the key to success, right? You heard that one. Here's the key to failure. Worrying about what other people think. You want the fastest road to failure? Get caught up in impressing other people and worrying about what they think about what you're gonna do. If I ask the audience right now, what's the most common soft drink in America? What would you say? Coca-Cola. Sprite, nope, not even on there, right? Coca-Cola, right? Nice try, right? Guess what will also clean your car batteries off? Coke. It's probably also the most unhealthy drink in America. So if you have to go, it was popular, just be careful of that. A lot of folks, we have champagne dreams, but we got best friends who have beer goals and soda money. Pick your friends wisely. If you want a real way to change yourself, change your environment, change your friends, and then change your mindset. And if you can do that, you're gonna be okay. And I will always say this, and this is to everybody in the room, a lot of folks set goals, but you will never rise to the level of your goals. You will always fall prey to the level of your standards. So everyone in this room needs to have a set of standards that, regardless of what happens, this is the lowest I go. You're gonna have stuff you can shoot for, but your systems, your standards, your day-to-day stuff, I asked this group here, well, the mentoring groups, who are you? And they said, boy, girl, this, that. They said all these different types of things. You know who you are? Everyone here, if I asked you who are you, what would you say, right? Just think to yourself. You know who you are? Your habits. The 5 people you spend the most time with. That's who we are. So be very on top of that, and as you see yourself going in the direction you don't want to go in, look at those 2 things. An impact has habits of success, and if you're listening, you can kind of hear them woven into what I'm saying here also. I'm going to stay with this last thing. There's 3 types of people that you're going to always run into. There's 3 types of people in the audience. There's givers, there's takers, and there's fakers, right? Takers, we know takers, and I don't mean people who just take, but they're very cool with you picking up the tab, always. Oh, Desi going? Oh yeah, I'm going with Desi, yeah, because he always pick up the tab, right? We all got friends like that, right? Every time the bill comes, they get real quiet, or they go to the restroom, or they be right back, but they don't never come right back. They manage to come back when everything is all said and done. So of course, don't be a taker. And if that's you, fix it. Then you have fakers. Those people who give, but they give conditionally. Then they always say questions like, well, I did it for you. Be careful of that type of person. And if that's you, fix it. Givers, though. Givers always worry about being taken advantage of, but if two givers ever come together, it's magical. So be a giver and find other givers, and you will change the world. And that's part of that take care thing also. Take care of yourself and take care of the people around you. Because if you can do that, you will be magical. And lastly, I just want to leave you guys with this. There's a story about an old farmer, right? He had a huge plot of land. And he had this well that was off into the distance, right? Acres and acres of land. And he walks around, and he hears a sound coming from the well. And he finally goes over there, and there's a mule in the well. And the mule is groaning and moaning, and it's on its last legs. It's about to croak, right? And it's just agonizing and agonizing and agonizing and agonizing. And the farmer didn't know what to do, so finally said, you know what, I'm just gonna put it out of its misery. And he starts to bury it. Because he didn't know what else to do. It was just sitting there. It wasn't even trying to escape at that point. It was just sitting there, lifeless, and just making these horrible sounds. So he started to throw dirt in the hole on the mule. So he saw the mule do this weird thing. The mule stood up for the first time, and he shook the dirt off, and he started stepping on it. The farmer said, okay, that was weird. He just threw a whole bunch more dirt in there. The mule, once again, shook it off, stepped on it. Next thing you know, the hole was filling up, and the mule was getting closer and closer to the top. Don't worry about haters. Shake it off and step on it. All right? With that, congratulations, good luck, and I'll see you soon.